Is the internet dead? Unpacking the dead internet theory. Does the internet still feel alive to you? Once a vibrant space full of creativity and connection, many people now claim that something about the online world feels off, scripted, predictable, and eerily empty. This sentiment lies at the heart of the dead internet theory, a provocative idea that asserts much of today's internet is dominated by bots rather than actual humans. If true, the implications are profound. If false, it still challenges us to reflect on how we interact with the online world. Let's dive deep into what this theory claims, explore its evidence, and examine why it matters to every internet user today. The dead internet theory suggests that a significant chunk of online content is not created by real people, but instead by bots, automated tools programmed to mimic human behavior. This theory proposes that over the years, the internet has gradually shifted from being an authentic space for human creativity and interaction to something more artificial, mechanized, and hollow. Proponents argue that while you might be scrolling through social media or reading comments on an article, much of what appears to be genuine, human-generated content could actually be the product of advanced algorithms designed to look and sound like us. The implication? The internet has lost the authenticity and vibrancy that defined it during its earlier days. But how and why would this happen? Let's explore the factors that could explain this dramatic shift. In the early days of the internet, it was a wild, unfiltered playground. Personal blogs flourished, forums buzzed with lively conversations, and creators showcased their authenticity through personal websites. The internet was messy, sure, but it was bursting with life, real human life. However, the internet today feels controlled and centralized. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram use algorithms to determine what content gets seen. Surfing the web no longer feels like an adventure, but a chore. For many, it's hard to ignore a lingering question. Has the soul of the internet faded? The dead internet theory pins this shift on one central force: bots. But why are bots dominating the digital world? Why are they used in the first place? The simplest answer is profit. Corporations have realized that bots are an efficient way to generate digital activity. Bots can churn out social media posts, inflate follower counts, and engage with content at a speed humans could never match. For advertisers, this means more clicks, more engagement, and ultimately, more money. Bots are also used for influence. Governments and organizations can employ bots to amplify certain narratives, manipulate public opinion, and spread propaganda. By flooding platforms with coordinated messaging, bots can create the illusion that a viewpoint is more popular or widely accepted than it truly is. These automated systems serve economic and political agendas, altering the online ecosystem to favor the interests of those in power. If true, this leaves little room for authentic individual voices. Here's where the theory takes an unsettling turn. Proponents believe a staggering amount of what we see online, from social media posts to comments on news articles, might be fabricated. Bots have become increasingly sophisticated, capable of generating text that is nearly indistinguishable from human communication. Reports and studies confirm that bots make up a significant portion of online activity. For instance, some estimates suggest that bots account for more than half of all internet traffic. If those numbers are accurate, it raises real concerns about the authenticity of what we consume online. Of course, this theory has skeptics. Critics argue that while bots certainly exist, their influence is often overstated. Still, the growing presence of automation cannot be ignored. Whether or not the theory holds, the implications for authenticity and trust online are undeniable. For those who believe the internet is dead, the sense of disillusionment is palpable. When every like, comment, or viral trend comes under suspicion of being fueled by bots, what reason do we have to trust what we see? The lack of authentic interactions erodes the core of what made the internet such a revolutionary space for human connection. If the majority of content we experience is artificial, users may start to disengage, feeling isolated from the real world. Now here's where it gets more troubling. Even if bot-generated content isn't as widespread as the theory claims, the mere perception that everything is fake is enough to damage our trust in the online world. Bots don't just blend into the digital background, they actively shape what we see and think. By sharing and amplifying specific ideas, bots can create the illusion that a particular opinion or trend has widespread support. This phenomenon is often referred to as fake resonance. For example, consider a musician whose album gets thousands of glowing reviews within hours of its release. Are those reviews the voices of excited fans, or are bots helping to inflate public perception? This artificial crowd effect can influence real users to fall in line, making it nearly impossible to separate genuine public opinion from bot-driven manipulation. On a broader scale, bots may contribute to the hollowing out of digital culture. If much of what we interact with online is automated, it discourages individual creativity and fosters a sense of sameness. Not everyone buys into the dead internet theory. Skeptics argue that what people perceive as the death of the internet is actually due to its rapid commercialization and scaling. The internet has grown from a space for niche communities to one dominated by large corporations with very different priorities. Critics also suggest that the nostalgia for the old internet clouds objective judgment. After all, isn't it natural to feel that something loses charm as it becomes larger and more mainstream? Nevertheless, whether the theory is exaggerated or not, the questions it raises remain important. Even if the theory doesn't hold upon deeper scrutiny, it offers an important insight. We need to think critically about the content we consume, the platforms we trust, and how we engage with others online. The dead internet theory forces us to confront a key question. What role do we want technology to play in shaping our digital spaces? The internet can either be a tool for connection and creativity, or it can become a soulless mirror, reflecting corporate and political agendas. The choice is ours. If you're feeling disillusioned, don't despair. There are still vibrant, creative corners of the internet where genuine human voices thrive. Many communities and creators are working to preserve authenticity, even in an increasingly automated digital world. To keep the internet alive, we need to embrace platforms and groups that prioritize real human connection and creativity. Supporting indie creators, engaging with niche forums, and pulling back from overly monetized platforms can make a difference. We also need to hold tech companies accountable. Greater transparency about how algorithms work and stricter controls on bot activity are crucial steps toward preserving authenticity online. The dead internet theory is both a warning and an invitation. It warns us of the dangers of automation, a world where bots dictate trends, behaviors, and opinions at the expense of real human connection. But it also invites us to step back, think critically, and demand better from the online spaces we inhabit. So is the internet really dead? That's for you to decide. Whether you believe the theory or not, one thing is certain. How we engage with the internet today will shape its future. Reflect on your digital habits, question what you see, and above all, cherish the moments where human creativity and connection still shine through. What do you think? Is the internet truly alive and thriving, or is there some truth to the idea that it's becoming a hollow, automated machine? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep the discussion going. And if this video made you think about how you use the internet, consider sharing it with someone else. Together, let's work to keep the web alive, human, and authentic.